F-35s, which the service has forward deployed to Japan, joined a show of force over both Japan and South Korea for the first time. As we at the war zone have noted before, low observable aircraft such as the F-35 would be an important component of any actual strike on North Korea, owing to the country's dense, if dated air defense network. A fully combat-capable Joint Strike Fighter would give Air Force commanders in the Pacific, as well as other hotspots around the world, additional flexibility to respond to crises. The 34th Fighter Squadron at Hill Air Force Base in Utah, a combat-coded unit, is slated to receive the jets with the Block 3F software first, according to Aviation Week. The three training squadrons at Luke Air Force Base in Arizona, the 61st, 62nd, and 63rd Fighter Squadrons, will then start getting the updated aircraft. Still, it's not entirely clear how the Air Force is defining fully combat-capable in this case. None of the three F-35 variants have even begun the mandatory testing process run by the Pentagon's Office of the Director of Operational Test and Evaluation, (DOT&E), which is independent of the individual services. What is clear is that this is not the same, nor is the service claiming it is, as a formal declaration of full operational capability, or FOC. The Pentagon standard definition for FOC is when every unit that is supposed to receive a certain weapon system has gotten that piece of equipment and can both operate and maintain it. This announcement is generally only supposed to come after the system passes DOT&E's rigorous independent testing regime. The Air Force had already added confusion to this process by declaring Initial Operational Capability, IOC, which is supposed to reflect a basic operational capability, for the F-35A before the end of developmental testing and without any operational evaluations. The service seems to be again obfuscating the situation, intentionally or unintentionally, by using a term that sounds similar to FOC, but isn't, which has already led to confusion in the media about what this new announcement realistically means. This may very well be an effort to undermine the operational testing process. Dan Grazier, the Jack Shanahan Fellow at the Project on Government Oversight, a non-partisan watchdog that has been highly critical of the F-35 program, told the Warzone by email, "All the services have been hostile to the idea of having an outside testing official evaluating their work. I see this as an attempt to marginalize DOT&E's role in the acquisition process." Of the three services purchasing F-35 variants, the US Navy is the only one that has not declared IOC with its jets, continuing to link that milestone to the successful completion of operational testing. The US Marine Corps and the Air Force say they have achieved this with their F-35s, and now the Air Force curiously says it plans to declare IOC for the Block 3F software itself once the code begins reaching operational and training units. Declaring initial operational capability after each of the program's steps rather diminishes the pronouncement, Grazier added. "I'm sure most people are really only interested in full operational capability, as that is what we are paying for. Beyond that, based on the publicly available information, it's hard to say whether or not the Block 3F software package will provide a truly complete suite of combat capabilities. We have no reason to doubt the new code will finally allow F-35A pilots to employ the fuller range of existing operational weapons the Air Force wants the aircraft to carry by the end of the ongoing developmental testing process." As of 2015, this list of planned weapon options was relatively short, including the AIM-9X and AIM-120C air-to-air missiles, GBU-12/B 500-pound class laser-guided bombs, GBU-31/B 2,000 pound class GPS-guided joint direct attack munition, JDAM, bombs, the GBU-39/B small diameter bomb, SDB, and the GOR 22/A 25mm cannon. There are now plans to integrate 501,000 pound class JDAMs and the GBU-49/B dual-mode version of the GBU-12. The F-35s can only carry some of these weapons, such as the AIM-9X, on external pylons that severely degrade the aircraft's low observable characteristics. The Air Force hopes its final, full operational capability Joint Strike Fighters, running the still notional Block 4 software, will be able to carry dual-mode laser jams and the still-in-development SDB2, as well. That being said, there's no guarantee that the Block 3F software will allow F-35A pilots to effectively employ some or all of these weapons. We don't even know for sure what specific version of it the Air Force will distribute for its software IOC. As of December 2016, the service had already gone through 6 different revisions of the update. According to .&E's annual report on the program for 2016, the Central Joint Service F-35 Program Office initially planned for this latest code, known as Block 3 FR6, to be ready in February 2016, but it only arrived 10 months behind schedule. In 2016, .&E reported there were 270 high-priority deficiencies in the Block 3F software for each variant of the F-35, Grazier noted. The Air Force's own test pilots rated the Block 3F as red or not ready for operational testing, not to mention actual combat, in all mission areas. It is important to note that what specifically the Air Force had negatively rated was 2 subversions of the earlier Block 3 FR5